Good boy.
Last time, our young riders took it up a level at the Waikato Premiere Show held at Takapoto Estate.
I was actually pretty happy with how she went in the meter.
Roxy had a few rounds at Waikato. I watched my videos, studied my riding, I rode it terribly, and we've worked on it. This weekend we're going to North Island Championships in Pukekohe. Blue is doing the North Island Speed Championship, Fancy Dress Speed class and the Grand Prix Super Series.
While Blue's coming along well, it's Roxy that will get the honour of entering the young rider, and for good reason.
Last year she won this class and she jumped amazing, so hopefully I can defend my title and win it again.
Back home in Rotorua, Courage is finding his stride once again.
I think the technique to get him is just to stand on the side that he can see. If he can't see you, he ends up like trying to run away. The vets are really happy with how he's going, and as you can tell, he's doing a lot better. Why have you been at egg today? You gonna let me catch you? I'm not excited for my first ride, I can tell you that much. Probably even the first week riding him isn't gonna be great, but I'm just glad he's back to him and he's happier. What the hell was that for, mate?
While Courage's eye is improving, he's a long way off show jumping. So I've turned my attention to my $2 horse, Blue.
It's kind of a good thing that I had the chance to have all of this time just to focus on Blue, because that's what he needed.
Blue is 5 years old, which makes him about a teenager in human years.
When you've got a young horse, you just kind of have to be cautious because they're still growing, and if you do too much work on them, put too much strain on their bones and such, you can hurt them physically for their whole lives. But the other thing is just going slow with them, because they're not as developed, I guess, so they don't understand as much of the world.
Most horse breeds grow close to their final height by the age 4 or 5, and then fill out over the next 2 or 3 years. The final size of a horse depends on its genetics and breed.
Blue's personality, I'd say he's like the shy person. It takes him a little while just to get used to things. He's not spooky as such, he just takes a little time. Oh, I think the biggest thing that me and Blue have got in common is we're both pretty cool people. Oh wait, he's a cool horse, but I'm a cool person. Plan for today is just to have a little jump. He hasn't had a jump in a while, so just see where he's at just before the show, see what I need to work on. His whole thing is not the height, because we know he can jump. It's just about getting around calmly. Getting him going in between the fences so then he can jump a bit bigger. I don't know, he's jumping a bit funny today. He doesn't want to jump in the centre and he doesn't want to jump straight, so we'll work that out. This weekend, our plan is just to go around good and happy. We're entered the 90 centimetres both days. If his first round doesn't go as well as we want him to go, then I can always do a second round on that day to just make him go a bit better. He seems ready to me, so I hope he's ready.
Up north, near Kirikiri, Liv is putting her horses through some hill work in preparation for the North Island Champs at Pukekohe.
My life is pretty much just horses, horses, horses. Every day it is feeding, riding, doing stuff around the farm. It is all just horses. I'm just taking them for a stroll today and keeping things very nice and mellow because they have had a big weekend. Lila, she's not the easiest horse to ride and definitely has her off moments. So when we click and we have a really good run, it's definitely very rewarding. She's a very big, strong horse, so I definitely had to get used to her being a bit harder in my hands. Come on, City. After I adjusted to her way of going and riding, it was a lot easier, but it's definitely taken some time. I started riding around the age of 3, just riding every single pony that was thrown at me.
Okay, you can let him go.
That was an amazing grounding for being able to just ride any horse that I'm put on, because obviously every horse is very different. I really try to hack them as much as possible because I think it's really nice for them to every now and then just go out and have a stretch of their legs, and because they have to be quite fit, especially if they're jumping 2 rounds at a show. Rosso, I got halfway through last season. He is a very funny character. He's very smoochy and loves people. I've ridden him in the junior rider classes. He's won 4 juniors since I've got him, and 2 of those being premier.
Part of Liv's philosophy is keeping herself aligned with her horses, with some help from the chiropractor.
Harley from Heel Clinic comes up to our property once a month and will treat me as well as my 3 horses. Every single time I'm treated by him, I feel like a different person.
Much better. Falling asleep.
So since I saw her last, which wasn't that long ago, what's she been doing? Has there anything come up?
Just her one major thing is her blockage on the left side.
Yeah.
Which is my left shoulder.
Yeah.
Is probably related to that in a way. His approach with treating horses and humans is he is treating us to be in tuned and balanced with each other.
I tend to find when horses are quite anxious, they'll be quite bound up and locked up in their chest. It's kind of like how we tend to lock up as well.
I've noticed a big difference with Lila. She can be a little bit anxious sometimes, and Harley has really calmed her down, I've found. She definitely keeps me on my toe.
Yeah.
After every session with Harley, they always feel nicer to jump and they feel like they just do it with ease. I think it plays a bigger part.
Out near Ardmore Airfield, Derek has brought Coco for a lesson with former Olympian John Cottle.
This is so John can communicate to me without him yelling at me. So I guess because there's a lot of planes around here.
Riding's all about pressure and reward. Enough pressure, the horse submits to the pressure, either from your hands or from your leg. And this mare's got a lot of attitude, you can see that. She's actually quite a brave mare. Yeah, so you're throwing your body too much. You've got to stay still. Wait. That's a better distance, good. How'd that feel?
It's better.
Yeah, well, that's the distance you want. Let her get a little deeper to the fence.
I have a bad habit of looking down at the ground. Just really bad, so I have to change it and keep reminding myself what John told me to look up, keep my head up.
This improves your riding. That's how you develop a seat. Go forward. Good job, good job.
The main thing we're working in my next show is get her nice and forward and make sure she's controlled and I'm not pulling her head too much.
Keep going, you've got it. Perfect, okay.
Pretty happy with how she went today. Real proud of her. Real honest, cool mare.
She's a pretty honest mare.
Good girl.
She is a good girl, give her a pat.
In central North Island, where the King Country meets Taranaki, is a place in the Ruapehu district called Ohura. This farm is home to Tara and 23 horses, some of whom she's preparing for the North Island Champs.
In the young, I'll start with Bazinga. Mum said that she did get it from the Big Bang Theory because that's what Sheldon always used to say. He suits his name very, very well. Bazinga has a very, very strong character. He's very opinionated and he just absolutely loves to jump. He did juniors within his first full season. He just always felt like he wanted more. He needed bigger fences. And so he's just kept on going up and up the heights, and he's still kind of like, you can give me some bigger fences, Mum, I don't mind. He's feeling good, feeling fresh, which is how we want to go into a big weekend.
Horses are Tara's life, and Bazinga is just one of many that she trains.
I've currently got 9 in work. Each horse is on a 5 out of 7 day work timetable. So I've worked 5 horses and then I worked him who's 6. She's 7, he's 8. There's only one which I haven't managed to get on, and that's because he's behind that hill somewhere. Each week I've been doing at least 4 to 5 hours a day in the saddle. If we added in all the time it takes to care for them, I would probably say pretty much my whole entire week. So this is Imi. In the ring she's known as Double J Image. This is my main junior horse. She's very, very quick. I have done young riders on her. I've won a few youngs. Come on. So Imi's going to go shift the bulls. Just a nice easy shift. She'll be real happy going into this weekend for me. I find the farm work is an enjoyable thing for my show jumpers to do. They know when they're out there that we're just doing a job. They understand the whole idea of what we're doing, and they absolutely love it. Here, Lightning, leave it. Walk up, Lightning. Come here, Lightning. Come on.
And if show jumping and farming aren't enough, Tara has another passion, polo cross.
Polo cross is my first sport. My whole family plays. The way of riding in polo cross and getting my horses moving off their feet so quickly has helped me in show jumping. My horses can land and be turning within 1 stride, whereas a lot of horses go for about 3 strides before they turn. I love the connection with horses. I love working with them. I love building relationship. And my favourite thing is actually watching them succeed. Because when they do something well, I'm able to go, well, that's because I actually taught them. I'd like to win the World Cup Series here and go overseas, but the Olympics is definitely one of my biggest goals.
It's day 1 of the North Island Champs, and Sophia has entered Roxy in the metre 40 class ahead of tomorrow's young rider.
In the jump off, we were coming to the second to last fence. It was too short for her, and she jumped up and then twisted her body and just sent me flying out of the saddle. I went straight down from probably like 2 metres high and just landed on like my tailbone and compressed 3 parts of my spine. After I fell off, everybody came like running up to me. I just kept saying, I was like, I've broke my back, I've broke my back. No, you haven't broke your back. I was like, no, I've broke my back. Oh, that gives me pain. They had to cut off my clothes. My entire outfit and my jacket and my show shirt was like brand new. It was my jacket's first wear and my show shirt's second wear. And I was just like, no, please don't. Like, please don't. But they didn't listen.
While Sophia recovers at the hospital, the rest of us need to carry on with our show jumping. It's day 2 of the North Island Champs at Pukekohe, and the weather has turned dirty on us. Perhaps that's why I'm running a little late today.
So what happened is this morning we slept in by like an hour. So we're about an hour late. We were meant to leave at, 6? And we woke up at 6. So poor little buddy's getting a little bit rushed. Hey, bud. Hop straight out of bed, onto the truck. Now he's getting studs in. A lot of what we're doing right now is life experience for him, in a way, because he's just learning what his actual job is. We're just waiting to go into the ring. It's really wet. Some of the jumps are on a bit of a funny angle, so yeah, just gonna take it easy this round. Just slow. Oh, watching. Oh, sorry, bud. The first few jumps, I just got deep, which basically means you just get too close to the fence before they jump. Here. I think both of us were a bit scared it was a bit slippery, and then he just picked up speed and I started getting my distances right, and he got happier and started jumping a bit better. I think he got heaps more confident, and I'm real proud of him.
Just 1 rail down. Not a bad effort for a $2 5-year-old. While Blue and I finish up in ring 3, Derek and Coco are warming up in ring 2 for the metre 10.
Move up the way.
That's Derek's dad he's talking to.
The grounds are pretty wet, so you're able to like ride it safe, nice and slow around the corners. Fingers crossed, you can go good. 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, sweet as.
Next, we have Derek again on reckless Coco.
There's us coming to number one. I was pretty confident I could see my stride. Ooh. My hip curl through. It was a pretty bad distance. I saw a pretty deep stride towards it, so yeah, it's not her fault. This is probably one of the hardest courses I've done because it's quite slippery. Good girl. I reckon she would improve quite a lot. She's slowly getting better from all these shows we're going to.
Just 4 jump faults is a pretty good effort in these conditions, bro. Liv and Lila are doing their prep for the young rider, which is coming up next.
I just try to keep everything nice and calm and composed and not get too stressed. And we just try to keep her balanced and just keep her happy and work with her instead of against her a little bit.
Tara and Bazinga are also taking up.
I've just recently changed his bit, put a hackamore on and added ears on just to help him kind of stay a bit more relaxed. I quite like it because if I pull like this, it gives me leverage on the nose and a bit of leverage on the pole because he carries his head quite high. I'm feeling quite confident about today because the ground is quite soft and a bit mushy and uneven. A lot of horses don't know how to deal with it, but due to Bazinga's upbringing, he actually loves this type of stuff.
Just minutes before we start, Tara and Liv walk their course together.
1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 7 down there. There's still this in front of it. I wouldn't jump off that. Pretty nice course, to be
Decent
fair.
track, the ground's actually held up well for what it's been through.
Yeah.
The course starts in a loop around the outside of the arena and then gets twisty with a wall at 6 and a Liverpool at 10. Riders will have to take it slow around the slippery corners. A Liverpool is usually a large rectangular tray of water underneath a vertical or oxer. The bright colour and the shallow water can be quite scary for some horses.
You're watching Liv Texera and Lafayette Ego Z.
I was a bit slow to the first jump. I didn't have a big enough canter, which was a shame. The grounds held up as best as they could, but were extremely slippery. So you had to ride a little bit more carefully than you usually would.
.31, just the 4 points for Lafayette Ego Z.
I'm really happy with her. She jumped super.
Unfortunately, that one rail will cost Liv making the jump off.
Still to go, Taragawa and River Hills Bayliner.
Coming to the first fence, we're just trying to stay relaxed. Enough canter, just let him jump that. Came round and it was the double, just 2 verticals, so I just let him jump through that. And I was staying very calm, got on my outside line to be able to nicely carry on down to that oxer. He flew over it. And he came round to the wall. Whoa, beast! I had got a bit deep, so I had to keep a good hold. Got up out of the saddle and I actually took out a stride down that line to the oxer. But because of the hackamore and the ears, actually, they helped him stay a bit calmer. The hackamore helped me bring him back. Boy stopped us from coming up so much from front because he does like to bound a bit. And came round, it was that Liverpool vertical that was quite deep in front. Whoa! It was really, really good. And of course, it was going towards the end gate, and I was thinking, here we go, last fence, he's going to start bounding. Yeah, babe.
Taragawa all clear, 82.43 the time, so Tara joins Maddie Greaterick and Emily Ramsden in the jump off.
He loves these conditions. He deals with it. It's a bit like being at home for him.
There's only Tara and 2 other riders that have made it through to the jump-off.
I'm not going to go ballistic. It's actually his first young jump-off, but he's feeling awesome. I'm really keen.
Emily, who won the last show on Euro Champagne, is first to go.
That's double clear for Emily Ramsden, time 35.48.
Tara is going to need a perfect round to compete with that time.
First fence, that was all good. And then the button broke when I was ears. So it started flapping, which distracted him. And he just kind of got a bit upset.
With Bazinga distracted and this rail, Tara's time is dropping behind.
Stayed a lot calmer after us making those mistakes, and he finished off strong, which gives me confidence for my next show. Hey, you're all right, I know. It's only onwards and upwards from here. He's only getting better.
That wraps up the young rider, and the placings are in.
Emily Ramsden wins this North Island Championship young rider class.
Tara takes third.
Yeah, thank you. It's actually his first young jump-off, so I'm very proud of him.
And Liv 6th.
Within the young circle, it doesn't really matter who wins. We're always congratulating one another, like it's just one big friendship circle.
Congratulations to our winners of this young rider class.
As shows continue all over the country, competition is tight between the top 20 young riders. Liv moves down to 8th place and Tara close behind in 9th. With the serious business out the way, just one special class remains.
The fancy dress meter 15 speed class, which will be some fun. I'm dressing up as a witch for a take on the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which is kind of suited because Rosso kind of looks like a lion.
All right, here we go. Let's rock and roll. And she opened the swoosh up and get it running. First clear round to Tara going. Oh, this is looking good. Catwoman riding Batman. Oh, lovely round here so far. Yeah, we like the flowers. Oh, she's doing a few steeplechasers. 1 fence to go. She kicks on. Here we go.
Next time, we introduce some new hoi-ho.
So this is Rusty. This is Dixie. She's 4 weeks old.
Get tuned up.
He had a bee boost this morning.
And go full throttle at the Young Horse Show.
She was really good to me. I got to open her up a couple of times.
Kia ora, NZ on air.